before we start. So this is, if you guys are interested in sheet music, there's silent movies sheet music that you can do, and they're getting ready to do some Revolutionary War stuff. And then there are basic rules that I'm gonna go over, but I'm just showing you that you've got them, and they're in, like, they're underneath that.
Alright.
That's a separate section.
Cool. That's really
So
great.
there's different rules that you could look up if you have questions on things. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting my piano tuned tomorrow, so.
Yeah, they've got, it's really, I just find it fascinating. And I do 2 different book clubs. And one of the book clubs, we read a book about Vincent van Gogh's sister-in-law, because she kept diaries, and I didn't know anything about Van Gogh till I read this book. But the sister-in-law is the one who saved all of Vincent's paintings and then marketed them, because her husband died a couple months after his brother, and so she needed to make money, and she started marketing his paintings, and that's how they kept them. But the story behind all of this was in her diaries that wound up in a museum in Amsterdam. And somebody in Amsterdam transcribed all of those diaries, so you can go online and look all of her diaries up.
What was the name of the book that you read?
Oh, God.
Because I want to read that book.
I will find out for you,
Okay.
because remind me before you leave, and I will tell you, because I do 2 book clubs, so like, and then I do my own reading, and I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Well, if you love cookbooks, to read cookbooks, I just got one this summer. A friend of mine, there are 4 of us Civil War girls, we go on trips, and she was on one by herself. And then they came to stay with me for a weekend, and she brought me, it was from the Polk Museum in Nashville, President Polk's wife. And it was one of the best, most well-done cookbooks, because it was the recipe, and it's an odd size, recipes, but the history was all on the edge of the page.
Oh,
There was a
wow.
column about this big, because the recipes, some of them were, like, must have been from members, present day recipes. But then there were a lot from her, but all her history and Polk's history was on the edge of each page.
Oh, how cool is
Because
that?
when I opened it, I thought this was gonna, I don't care, I'll buy me a book that didn't have history in it. And there it was. It was from the gift shop there. It was very interesting.
Was it this one, The Secret Life of Sunflowers?
That's what it
Thought
was.
it was that one.
The Secret Life of Sunflowers is the name of the
The
book.
Secret Life of
What a
Sunflower.
good name.
Mardon
Yeah, because I
Moore.
guess he had a thing about sunflowers. Like, the only thing I knew about him was that his pictures were blurry and he didn't have an ear. And other than that, I knew nothing about the man.
Oh, thank you so much.
It was
The library has it, because
probably.
I'm going to read it. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, so
Yes.
Extra books.
Okay, so I would like to thank you all for coming. My name is Deb Koch, and I do programming for adults at the library. And today we're going to talk about the Library of Congress and what they're looking for volunteers to transcribe their documents. Okay, and the program is called By the People, and it's a website that invites you to contribute to public knowledge by transcribing the collections that they have. Somebody has put all this on either microfilm or taken pictures and put it online for people to be able to transcribe. And what will happen then is people will be able to go in and look at completed works. Okay, so it makes documents easier for people to read, including regular people and researchers. You'll be able to learn and connect to history. And so you're going to transcribe a document and you're going to save it right on the same page. So on the left-hand side will be the original document, and then you're just going to be typing, and you're just going to hit a save button, and it stays on the library's website. So you're not having to, like, oh, now I have a PDF file, now I have to figure out how to send it, to email it to people. You're not doing any of that. It's all just right there for you.
Stays on the Library of Congress's website.
Yes, it's all on there, so you're typing directly there. So you'll save it, and then when you think it's finished, that page is finished, you send it for review. Another volunteer will read your stuff, fix any errors, maybe type in a word that you couldn't read, and I'll tell you how to do that, and then send it for review. And then someone else will read it, and the process continues until there's no mistakes, and then it's considered complete. So, you know, if you're reading some cursive and you just can't get a, you know, don't worry about it. You're just gonna put brackets and question marks and move on.
Oh, is that right? 'Cause
Yeah.
That was my biggest
Yeah.
concern.
Yeah.
Reading the cursive.
Right, right. So this is what the initial home page looks like. And you'll see over there, it says account, okay? Over in the right-hand corner, that's where you'll log in, okay? And you wanna register your account so that you can find your work later. And basically, they just want an email. And I don't remember even if you could probably put a password in and then you just start, you'll be able to access things. It's better that way because if you don't, then your stuff is just hanging out there and you never be able to find it again. You see what I mean?
If we
Because-
don't register our account.
Yes, you won't be able to, it'll be hard for you to find it.
Okay.
Because by registering it, I'll show you later on how to go back and find your work, because it's very easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the work we do is stored in our account,
It's by your account, but all in their website.
by your account.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, there's different tabs up there. You can read about the account. There's resources, and that helps if you've got questions about unfamiliar handwriting. There'll be samples.
Oh, good.
There's videos, and then there's also Spanish and Latin resources. If either of you do Spanish, if you're fluent in Spanish, they're looking for people. There's a whole collection on when Spain owned parts of America, and then the Library of Congress got all of that stuff. So they're looking for Spanish speakers to translate. Well, to type, it would all be typed in Spanish, I think. I'm not quite sure what they'll do with it later, but yeah, isn't that cool? It's so cool. This whole thing is so cool.
It is.
Yeah. So campaigns is up at the top there too. And those are handwritten, they're the written materials of historical individuals. So each person has their own campaign. And then under that are like the different diaries that they had. So like Clara Barton, right, who started what'd she start? The Red Cross, right?
Yeah.
She's got her own campaign. And under that is like maybe articles about her or like letters that she wrote or diaries that whatever they have about her, it's all grouped under her name.
So this is campaigns is the name of individuals?
Yes, and I'm going to show you
Oh,
what I
I
mean.
see what you're
So
saying.
you would
Written
just hit the
materials.
campaign button to come up with where all the information is stored. Okay,
I see. Okay.
so let's look. Okay, so now this is the actual website. Okay, and it's crowd.loc.gov. Okay, crowd.loc.gov, and that was on the first page too. Okay, and there's my name because that's part of my in blue over there. Okay,
So it's K-A-C-H.
it's, the first name is Deb, so the D is there, and then the rest of my name.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at the how-to. Okay, and there's a get started section, and basically it tells you. I just clicked on the how-to, and here's the get started, and it just basically tells you how to create an account. Okay. And then over here on the left-hand side, there's transcription basic rules, and that's where you'll see how to preserve original spelling. You're not going to see that. This is on the website.
Okay.
So
This is on the website.
this is directly on the website. I'm just showing you what we had just kind of talked about. There's dashes and other punctuation can be a little unusual. They tell you to put line breaks in. There's page breaks, and we're going to go over all of this stuff as we go along, but I just wanted to show you where it is. If
Yeah.
you've got ineligible,
Deb?
yes,
Can you back up a couple of steps? I just need to see where you signed on to the website.
it is right here.
Okay, but back up, slide-wise.
That is the slide, with the slides, I'm just on the page you're on. It's right here under account, it shows you account, that's when you first, that's where you sign in originally.
Okay,
So we set that up with our email address?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then, and once you have your email address, and when you log in, your name will be there, your email will be right here,
okay,
okay? And then and then I'm just showing you the different tabs and what they're for,
okay,
okay? And so there's basic rules for transcription, and that's those pages that I gave you guys, that are separate, that we had talked about,
Oh,
there they are right there.
okay.
The basic rules, transcription basic rules.
Oh, okay.
And I ran them off because I thought that it would be easier for you. They talk about deletions and expanding abbreviations. There's a whole long list of things that you can look at. Okay,
when you're transcribing,
when you're transcribing.
okay,
Okay. Okay. They talk about stuff that is printed, and they still want you to transcribe things. Letterhead, put letterhead in there. Newspaper articles, transcribe everything, not just what you think is relevant. If there's a newspaper page, you would type the entire page.
so about the letterheads,
Mhm.
is it the words were transcribed, how do we transcribe a letterhead?
You would just transcribe the words, like you're not gonna try and draw the picture or
Format
anything.
it, right?
Right, right. And
Okay,
everything starts in the left-hand side
okay,
of the margin.
Okay.
okay,
Okay. Yeah, and they tell you to ignore images.
do what? Oh, ignore images,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm hard of hearing, so.
I'm sorry, and I'm facing this way
Yeah,
too.
that, it was, you're facing that way, so
Yeah.
everything on the left-hand side.
Right, right. And I'm gonna show you all of that as we go along,
Okay.
because I've got slide by slide, we look at different things,
Okay, good.
okay? And then they talk about, text in margins. I'm gonna show you how to do the margins. And, don't transcribe any shorthand, if you see any shorthand.
That's good?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That was
really.
a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And if anything bleeds through on thin paper,
Mhm.
there's a way to flip it so that you can kind of maybe read it from the back. Okay. And then we're gonna talk about long S's or an F, okay? That, a lot of that's in the cookbooks.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna show you, there's an easy way to do it. There's a really easy way to do it,
Okay,
okay? And then tables, you start in the left-hand side, type everything down on the left column, skip a line, and then start with the second column. Okay.
but it's not in table form.
What if they're like columns, like, and the cookbooks have a lot of that.
What I'm saying is, when you're transcribing, you're skipping a line and you're making a new paragraph.
Yes.
Not a table.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if, yeah. Okay, let me see where I'm at here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about campaigns. Let's go to campaigns, and I'm gonna show you what they look like. So I clicked on campaign up here on the screen, right? Okay, and I'm now, you don't have a slide for each, what I'm doing here, because it was just easier for me to show you this way. All right, so there's stuff from James Garfield. So, this dark blue is how much has been completed.
Oh,
36% is right here. The light blue is needs reviewed, and this black and white line, the black lines, is how much is still left to be done. And that's where you wanna be, is looking for stuff that hasn't been started yet.
Oh, okay.
Because it's easier to work on stuff and then let it get reviewed. If you've got questions, you don't wanna be a reviewer yet until you've been doing this for a little while. Because the reviewer is saying, yes, you did that wrong. You're just starting out, so you want to be able to just type so you get a feel for how things should look. Do you see what I'm saying?
We're only transcribing.
Right, right.
Okay,
Right.
that's what I signed up for.
Perfect. Okay,
But I
and
thought I was anyway.
so here's Clara Barton. Here's Clara Barton. So let's just look at her projects for a minute. Okay. And here's the stuff that she wrote. And I'm gonna look at the completed stuff. See, there's nothing not started yet, so everybody's working on something. So I'm just going to click on this. Okay. And basically, here's the original, the thing is on the left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody just, and I'm moving this over so we could read it, somebody just started typing.
Now, on the left, the original, can you enlarge that?
Yes. Do you see this,
Uh-huh.
you can, wait a minute, here we go. There,
Ah, okay,
so you can make it bigger,
yes, I see.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can make it smaller. Using the black, you can move it around, and I have, slides to show you that.
Okay.
Okay, so let me go back to Clara Barton, Angel of the Battlefield, and I want to show you the other. But you see right here, this is going to be blank, and then this is where you would type.
Right.
Okay, let me go back to show you the different ones. This guy by the name of Goldsborough was a naval officer for a good many years. Okay, he was in the Civil War. Most of his stuff is almost all done. Here's your silent film music cue sheets. Like I said, there's going to be more coming from the American Revolution. But you could look through the silent movie stuff. Yeah. Walt Whitman,
Oh,
Frederick Law Olmsted. I've never heard of him. He was an architect that designed the
Central Park.
Central Park. So there's some of his stuff if you'd be interested
wow.
in working on him.
Now, Deb, are you saying that I could choose to work on him?
Whatever you want to do.
I could.
Anything that's listed here was.
So anything in these campaigns that's not done,
Yes. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Or go in and you want to read about Clara Barton, go find some stuff on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine has one of his photographs in the Library of Congress, and I didn't quite know how to go in and find it, so now maybe I can do that.
You might be able to.
Dad, girl.
Is that cool or what? Teddy Roosevelt. Here's the Spanish legal documents I was talking about. And
That's out of my league.
half of
That's
it is in
French.
English and in Spanish. Sheet music of the musical theater from 1880 to 1922. Most of that's done. You can read it if you like. Hannah Arendt. I don't know how to say her last name, but she was Jewish, came from Nazi Germany, and became like a very political kind of thinker. You can read about her. She still has a little bit of stuff to be done. And then you do show more campaigns. And here's the cookbooks, which I'm gonna.
Oh, good. There's lots of that to be
There's a
done yet.
lots of that to be done, and we'll look at that a little bit later, because I wanna kinda go through the slides and show you the workings of it, and then we can go back and look at that. Copyright ledgers, North American print culture in a revolutionary age. It's from the Rare Books collection, and material dates from the up to the 18th century and relates to the American Revolutionary War.
That's interesting. I worked in a print shop when I was in college.
Yeah,
So that
see?
one maybe there's not too much left of it.
And then there is Women of the Early Republic.
Ah.
And
Wow.
let's look at these women. Okay. There is, and we're going to talk about these women too. And I'll talk about them later. But there's different women that you can look at. So there's Nancy, Ann Shippen, who, her family founded Shippensburg. Yeah, and, well, I got a story about, we'll get to that, but there's like a bunch of family drama involving the Shippens as to which side of the war people were on.
I've got a question for you. Is this being done, is this,
Yeah,
who all
everyone's
is
doing
doing this?
the Library of Congress, and I wound up with an email, and
I mean,
that's how I
other
got involved in
library-
this.
Other libraries and things, cause I'm like, my friends would be,
Would love to do
would
it.
love to be, especially that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, some of the writing you might have trouble with, but, you know, not all of it.
they
There's,
wouldn't.
well, yes, and these women actually lived during the time of Washington and the Madisons, and had them for dinner.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, and then there's a story which I'll get to tell you about involving a slave,
Oh, well,
a slave, and a vice president. We'll talk. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, so what I want to do, now you got the idea of how that works. Now we're at the slides.
And we
Again.
were under campaigns.
We're under campaigns, and we're going to talk about Lewis Goldsboro.
Okay.
And remember what I said, we're going to click on View Projects, and we're looking at the Not Started. When I did these slides, there was a lot more that wasn't done yet. And so we're going to look at View Projects, and we're going to look at the Not Started, okay? And see, down here, what I did was explained my circles. In blue, I explained how to get to things. Right here, see? Click on View Projects. Okay. Okay, so you want to click on Not Started, because right when you initially click on View Projects, they're showing you what's completed. So you need to click on the Not Started so that you can find stuff. Okay?
Which campaign will we be under
Anyone you want,
whatever we want.
whatever you want.
if we're doing cookbooks?
But it would be the cookbook one that I showed you earlier.
Culinary?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Can you guys
That's
can read
very
this?
good writing.
That is.
That's why I picked it.
I can read it.
Yes, I picked it. Okay, so to make the image bigger or smaller, you use this. All right. Use the mouse or this to move the letter up and down. Okay, or you could just wherever the cursor is on the black, you can move it up and down. And it starts with this, and this is a blank. This is where you type. Okay.
Will that automatically be in that format?
Yes, and you don't do
View
anything.
and type.
Yes, yes, because remember I brought it up and I showed you the book that had like 2 pages, and then right here somebody had typed. Yep, it just starts that way.
Just starts that
Yeah,
way.
so it's not like you need a lot of computer knowledge. You need to really be able to just kind of find your way in the website, and everything's just right there.
Mhm.
Okay. So there's these symbols over here. The first symbol here will flip the page from front to back, so the writing will look backwards, because a lot of times they use like onion skin thin paper. So you could flip it, so maybe sometimes you could read the back easier,
Right.
right? The second symbol right there controls brightness, and then there's a reset all, which is up there somewhere, to go back to normal. The third symbol changes it to a full screen, so so you see the whole thing. Okay? And all these are written on your slides. All of this is on your slides.
Okay.
Okay. You guys okay so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, there's another thing over here, how-to guide. Okay? And that's on those sheets that I gave you, and it was up here under the initial tabs, the tabs on the first page,
Oh, it
right?
is.
How-to.
Okay.
And so if you're like, okay, so I don't want to find the papers that she gave me, and I have a question, you can just bring this up and click on these, and it'll show you what you can find your answer. Right?
So if that's the question and answer section.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that
The
would bring
helps.
up the help
help
section.
section.
That's the help section.
Okay.
Okay, and see it says how to guide answers your questions.
That's right there.
Yeah.
In blue and white.
I used to be an accounting teacher, so I kind of like do step by step for stuff.
That's good.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so say we finish this. All right. All right. So as you're typing, let me back up a minute. Hit enter key after each line so that all the lines stay the same. So see what I wrote. And myself, comma, the youngest resident at the, hit the return because foot's on the next page. Or next on the next line. So you want to kind of keep it,
Yeah,
So
that
we
makes
make
sense,
line by
yeah.
line.
you do line by line and hit the
Okay.
return at the end of every line. Okay? So, when you get done with this page, you hit save. Okay, you hit save. And save allows you to continue working on this at a later date. Always hit save to keep your work, because if you don't, it's going to be gone. Okay, so here's what happens. So you start working on a page and you save it. You come back, say 2 days from now, 3 days from now. Somebody else, if
I wondered.
okay, so you still have it under not started. It'll come up and it'll say somebody else is already working on this page. And then they'll drop it, and you know, if they're nice, right, they'll drop it and go find another page. And I'm going to show you how to find your stuff, because it's not that hard.
Okay, I did not follow that.
Okay, so you want to, you don't have to
Save.
finish. You don't have to finish a whole
Got
page.
that.
So you hit save.
Yes.
And then if someone else finds this page, because it's still under not started, because you're still working on it, right?
Oh,
No, it'll come up and it'll tell them someone is currently working on this.
I see.
Okay? And actually
So-
there is an in process. Hang on, I'll show you. Hang on a minute.
So in effect, a couple
Here,
of people.
right here. I went back to the original thing. Your thing will be in progress.
Right,
Your thing will be right here in progress.
but someone else can access that too. And
But-
theoretically, there could be more than one person working on the same.
Well, yeah, but
section.
people, you know, you want to work on your own stuff because then it gets too confusing.
Oh,
So,
sure.
Yeah. Okay, so when you're done, you hit submit for review, and that means you're finished with the transcription. You would hit save and then submit for review. Are we good so far? Okay. Okay, so the transcription style guide. If something's misspelled, keep the author's original spelling. Okay? Correct minor errors, like the. Okay? For misspellings of names or other significant keywords, use tags to add the correct term to the item. And we'll talk about tags in a minute, because that's how people can find stuff too, is going under a tag. Okay? Once everything is out there, you know, when researchers are going to be looking for stuff. Okay? So, and we'll talk about the tags a little bit later. Insertions. If text is inserted or added later, but should be read as part of a sentence, bring it down into the line and type it in the order you would read it aloud. So this was a printed material, right? If somebody had by nature, and it said, we're endowed by nature with the same, right? Really, if you were doing this, right, and you were like editing something, you would probably put like a little arrow right here,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And you correct that. in the
You're correcting
transcription.
it just by typing it. Okay. Okay. If you can read crossed out or otherwise deleted text, transcribe the deleted words within a pair of square brackets. So somebody wrote in, I have always loved vanilla ice cream, but like, why did I write that? I hate vanilla. I really meant coffee. So they scratched it out and put coffee. But you can read the word vanilla. So you would write example, I have always loved in brackets. Why brackets? Because people sometimes use parentheses, but nobody ever really uses brackets. So using brackets tells people this really didn't mean to, you know, they didn't really mean it that way. Okay?
Okay, so we
you put it in, I had always loved, in brackets, vanilla coffee ice cream.
The crossed-out word.
Okay.
And the word coffee is corrected, the spelling of it, correct?
Oh, do I have it as an A there? I don't know if I have it as an A, maybe I have it as an A.
Oh, but loved looks
No,
like,
it's
no,
not.
it's O.
No,
Yeah.
it's a no.
It looks
Yeah.
like, it looks like
Yeah.
A or O, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cause look at love.
Yes, right, I know.
Yeah, and see, and that's what you can do when you're doing this,
Mhm.
is look at another word and see what it looks like, and you know what that word means.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, so good? Okay, so, line breaks. Remember when we all had to know,
What a line
word-
break meant.
no, yeah, but what am I looking for? The, syllables. You had to know where the syllable ended so that you could put the hyphen in.
hyphen.
Remember doing that like a million years ago?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
So-
I still hesitate when I do that, when
Yeah.
I'm typing a message to somebody.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, right? So let's look at what this says. Let's read this, right? The last what? Do you know what that means? What that is?
Moment.
I don't know.
Chris,
No, because look at how they do the O's, right? I don't know.
Minute?
It might be moment, minute, I'm not minute, I don't know.
Were.
As it were, and almost immediately was presented to the president, right? So what they want you to do is roughly mirror the original layout of the document. So I put the last in brackets question mark, because I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
As it were, and almost immediately was presented.
Ah,
Presented goes up here,
Yeah.
because we have more room than the original author did.
Okay.
To the president for his probably signature of
okay, so
something.
what if you don't have enough room?
Well, that goes like that's wide, it's wide.
Okay.
Well, you're thinking run.
Yeah, you're not gonna have, I don't think that you're ever gonna have like more stuff here on a line than you would with a computer screen,
Okay.
okay? And then emphasis, when you see bold, italic, underlined, or superscript text, transcribe the words without putting it in. So skip the underline. You would think that they would want that because somebody was trying to say that it was
Yeah.
important,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they're telling us.
And is all this on these pages?
All of what I'm doing is on these pages.
These.
Okay,
The right page.
so let's look at marginalia, which I never knew was a word.
Didn't either.
Okay, text written in the space around the main text. Okay, use a pair of square brackets, right, and an asterisk before and after around the text, and order it within the transcription where it makes the most sense. So, I have always loved, and they tell you that, and then the example that they give you doesn't match the picture. So here's what I did from before. I have always loved coffee, ice cream, and let's say, and then here, brackets, asterisk, before and after. Brazil was the largest coffee producing country in the world in 2017.
Which was supposed to have been written in the margin.
Yes. And what do
Instead
they
of
have here?
postal
Postal card from Maine. That would have been in the brackets someplace, maybe at the end of this, or wherever it would make the most sense that you would put it in. Okay? Because like say that this paragraph talked about this, and then the next paragraph is talking about Massachusetts, you'd put it with where they were talking about Maine. Okay?
So is there a lot of this stuff to do? I mean, were people working on it like all over the country or whatever?
Yeah, they're all over the place. Like there are sometimes they'll have like a little like meeting of groups, and there are all these women talking about like stuff they were doing, and
But there's a lot of this to be transcribed.
yeah.
Okay.
I think I read somewhere that they had 178 million
Okay.
pieces of paper
Okay.
in the Library of Congress. So yeah, and they have to do it before we all die because the kids can't read the cursive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you
Isn't
ladies
that-
better get moving.
Yeah,
Get busy.
Okay, 178 million, here we come.
yeah.
Okay, when not to transcribe printed text.
Okay.
No one cares what the rate of postage was. So just, that's there, or the calendar from 1906.
'Cause
just-
it'll be
Yeah, 'cause
somewhere
how
else.
There
else-
would just
how
be
would you
nothing to
transcribe?
transcribe. The nothing to transcribe button that I showed you before where it was, right? Yeah,
Well, you may have, but
Yeah.
do I remember? No.
yeah, hang on. It's right here, nothing to
Where,
transcribe.
right where? Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh, right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Okay, so,
Oh, I see.
oh, there it is, right
So
there.
you do that page by page then, nothing to transcribe.
Yes, for like the postal rate would be one page and then the calendar would be another page and you would press nothing to transcribe.
Okay.
So I'm only showing you where this is
Yes.
because
Got it.
it's right after this. Okay, so this is Louis Goldsboro writing a very nice long letter to his wife. Okay. You know, like there's like sometimes like there's like the kind of guy that like has every blade of grass in his yard is facing the same way and it's all the same. That would be this guy. Okay, and I'll tell you why I think that. All right. So here's his letter, right? And he talks. I think they had a child that died, but God's will must be done. Skip a line. Next paragraph. Love to all around you. And then he types your own forever, and he types his last name. You know, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but
That is hilarious.
isn't that hilarious? He's just so used to, that's how he signs everything, so that's what he
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Forgetting
Yeah,
who-
when you read some of the stuff, upon her intrinsic loveliness.
Oh, that was his
You
daughter.
know, and-
His daughter. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
just in case you've forgotten who I am.
And everything goes in the left margin.
Hand margin. Always start in the left-hand margin.
Yeah.
Use line breaks between paragraphs and other notations.
Okay.
Okay, so here's these tags. And this is writing that, I don't know, someone that doesn't work probably needs glasses now after doing this, right?
I would say, yeah.
Okay, so here's what I want to show you. This was a completed page, and here are the tags, all right?
Oh,
And I typed in something, and there were tags automatically in there because it was part of a larger document that had already been completed, and these were in here. So I would say don't even worry about them at this, right now when you first start doing this.
Okay.
Okay, but so say there was somebody had Gettysburg and they constantly typed it wrong, and you're supposed to leave the words the way they are. You might want to add Gettysburg in there because the guy maybe forgot the T and the Y or something. So that researchers would be able to find those pages.
Come here,
Okay,
so
and how do you add a tag? How do you add a tag?
uh-huh.
Right here. Add this will be up on the screen. Add new tag. Type in what you want and then just hit add.
So the purpose of the tag is to alert someone else who's proofreading this that there might
Or
be
a
an issue.
researcher.
Or
No,
researcher.
no.
Oh.
Just that this is what it's about.
Oh,
That's all.
okay.
Just that that's what
All
it's
right.
about.
Okay.
Can we add tags to what we're transcribing?
I'm saying don't bother at first.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just look at this for a minute. See, and here's the tags right here. This one doesn't have anything. I just grabbed a page. This is on the website. See this tags?
Mhm.
I would just click tag, and then it automatically pops up. See? I clicked on tag, and then I could add one, but I'm not
And there's no tags that have been attached.
on this particular
that.
piece of paper, right?
Okay,
And this came from the Walt Whitman campaign. I just grabbed it to bring it up to show you.
oh, okay, the
Okay.
Walt Whitman campaign, okay, so you could have Walt Whitman, right?
Well, you wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, you would type. I don't know if it was like a particular poem or something. I'm not quite sure what that, it's an article from somewhere or a letter from somewhere.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so I'm back to my regular slides.
So it doesn't sound like the tags are real important
No,
for us to be on?
I wouldn't bother with them. And the reviewers will catch it, because you've got other stuff that you're trying to like learn right now.
Yeah,
So I would just not even bother with them. So here's Walt Whitman, the Walt Whitman campaign, okay? If, I don't know, are you guys Walt Whitman fans? Okay. Here, he penned a variety of poetry and prose, including essays, articles, reviews, fiction and nonfiction for the periodical press, speeches, and autobiographical works. So he's got books and different things on here that you'll be able to look at, okay? And so
Wow.
you would,
so
Go.
the Library of Congress holds the largest collection of Walt Whitman works in the world.
pretty cool.
We're gonna learn a lot of things here.
I know, right? So here's the not started at the time that I did this, which was back in September. There was 48 pieces not started, and I just grabbed, you grab the not started, and then you grab what comes up for there, which I showed you, right? And then here's some, you just grab a book, or whatever it is you want. These are different things that you could be working on,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
right? And so I want to show you now how to do a book.
How to do a book.
Okay. You type the page number and title starting in the left-hand margin. Okay. So you would have 628 and Poet Love.
Poet Love.
Yeah.
So it's the name of the book.
That's, I don't know, whatever that is.
Whatever, okay.
Yeah. And it might be Poet Love, comma, Life and Letters. Maybe that's the name of the book. I don't know. Okay. Type the entire first page with line breaks between paragraphs. The entire first page. So you're going to start here and you're going to type this
Type.
over here,
Mm-hmm.
skip a line, go to this next thing, right? Okay. Make sure you get this stuff down here, right? See right here?
Mm-hmm.
See Alfonso Smith and then University of Louisiana. Okay?
Can you do that on separate lines?
Yes, because they're separate. Okay? This University of Louisiana would be underneath
Is
this.
separate from
Yeah.
the previous line.
You're right. And
Okay.
then you skip a line and then you keep going with the next page. Because this is considered one document because they took a picture and it's one picture.
Right.
But there's two sides to the one picture. Okay, see what I mean? So you're skipping a line and then you're going up here. And you're gonna start on, and then you're gonna put this and then start typing this page. Because this is considered, even though it's two pieces of paper in a book, it's one document for the Library of Congress.
Got it.
So that's why it's all on one page.
And there's just a line break in between the paragraphs?
Yes,
And what
And-
about the section?
yes, line break in between
Line
that two,
break.
and you just
And-
keep going.
So then the title that's in the middle and the page number would be on the right.
No, it's on the left, everything's on the left.
Everything's gonna be on the
Yes.
left, everything.
Yes, keep going with the second page, typing page number and title in the left margin. And all of that stuff that I'm telling you are on those
Okay.
get to, how-to guide
So
stuff.
that raises a good question. So when we get to the second page, we add the page
Life and
number?
letters and that,
Okay,
yes.
But it would be on the left
On
margin.
the
It's a left margin,
got it.
yes,
Oh, okay.
Everything's on the left.
yes.
But even though that's, okay, got it.
So the page number then would just go right beside that title?
I'd skip a couple of lines over and then put it there, yeah.
Okay, alright.
And here's the thing, okay,
Somebody's gonna review it anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
Several times possibly.
Be good.
So that's why, like, I mean, so like when you go to do this, it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna screw it up and it's gonna be there forever and forever and ever. Yeah, it's not, so,
Always have with someone at your back.
yes, exactly. So here's a cookbook, okay? And-
Carving.
terms for the art of carving. Okay, so you type the first column, skip a line, then type the next column.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
and
keep
see, this is
typing.
exactly what they did here, right? Look, you've got
Okay.
goose,
And that's, you have that one here.
goose to rear, and then haddock to side, right? Then they skipped a line, right? And then where did they start? Hen to spoil, comma to spoil.
Okay, but they also hit the return at the end of each line.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
they didn't just type.
No, they, yes, they
Or
hit
hold
the
top,
return,
Return.
right,
return,
because you
finish.
want it to look as much like the original as possible.
Okay,
You guys okay?
Yep.
turn. Did they smell?
Okay, so let's look at this. This was
You gotta learn
something,
some stuff about cooking too.
I guess so.
yeah, right? So, and
Bruise
you're gonna
it
learn,
with your hands?
right, you remember like if you look at like the old style, they'll have an S,
Yes,
which where
or
it
the
shouldn't be,
S.
and watch.
Yeah,
So, we have and
Roof. Bruise.
roof, well, that's not it, so it's gotta be an S, and that makes it bruise.
Yeah.
Them, and see look what I did, right? I started with the page number,
okay, page number,
Yeah.
line break, or,
and then line
enter.
down, the next line, and bruise them with your hands, comma, and strain, right, cause FT doesn't work, strain them, then what?
Set.
Set the liquor in earthen vessels, a day to settle, and to every quart of juice, put 3 pints of water, and to every gallon of this liquor, put 3 pounds of sugar, right? See, so it's easy with it, right? Once you get the idea, it's like, oh gosh, that's so
Yeah.
easy.
It's, oh, no, it's not, okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
are we okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you want to continue working. So now we've been saving as we go along, and we're done for the day because our eyes are can't even see anymore. You want to come back and you want to continue working on something you did earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So up here, you're gonna click on profile under your login information. So let me go back to my screen. I'm gonna go back to the original document here. Right,
So you went to your account,
I'm right, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click on profile. See profile?
mm-hmm,
And look what comes up.
oh, nice,
Recent pages worked on.
nice,
Okay, and then what you're gonna do, so I'm gonna look at recent pages worked on, and I am gonna click on the actual page. Because if you don't click on the actual page, let me show you what happens if you go, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna click on this. Okay, God, where did I leave off?
okay, now can you back up, cause I was looking at the paper instead of watching what you were clicking on.
Okay, so watch what I did. So I clicked on,
Culinary delights,
wait a minute, hang on. All right, I go to recent pages worked on.
yeah,
Here's all my pages.
okay,
I need to click on the page,
yeah,
not the campaign.
oh, the page, okay.
If you click on the campaign, it goes back to the main campaign and then you don't know where you are.
Got it,
So you click on the page and it goes right back to where I was,
okay,
okay? So let me go to my slides, okay? Okay. And it's set in here, this was on the next page of your slides. Click on this page, not the campaign item, right? Because that takes you to the list of documents. Okay. Okay, so I want to show you this, and this I have from before when I was doing Louis Goldsboro, right? So up here, when you click on 96 up here, because I was on page 96,
yeah,
I might want to go to page 97.
oh, it's
I
got
can-
page numbers right there,
right?
That's
Because
nice.
you click on that, and then that brings up a list of pages. And I want to go to the next page. Or I could just, and then you hit go,
Go back and forth.
or you could just go back and forth. Okay? Alright? So you could also use the left and right screen that's right next to the go button. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys have any questions so far? I mean, it's a matter of starting, right? And just logging in, going to the cookbooks, and we're gonna look at some cookbook stuff in a minute, but, and then just following the rules. Just start, just find a page that you want, we're gonna look.
Okay.
And just start typing.
My question is, what are we, like, setting it up on we're gonna use our own laptops, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll start from the beginning again on my laptop and I'll show you.
Okay.
But first let me tell you about because I'm almost done with these slides, the other campaigns, because this I find interesting with the Shippen family. So William Sr. was in the Continental Congress, William Shippen Sr. His son was the head of hospitals for the entire Continental Army during the Revolution.
Wow.
Shippensburg was named after Edward,
Not
the
dad,
brother
the son.
of Edward Sr., right? He was a loyalist, and Edward's granddaughter married Benedict Arnold, and they think that Benedict Arnold turned because of his wife. So just imagine Christmas Eve at their house.
Shippensburg was named after that guy?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was named probably before the Revolutionary War started.
Oh.
And Edward stayed a loyalist. His family were loyalists. Benedict Arnold marries the granddaughter, and yeah, isn't that crazy? And I'm pretty sure Benedict Arnold and his wife eventually wound up in England.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that
Right here in Pennsylvania.
I know.
Yes,
And
there's
so-
deeds.
I know, and so that is part of those women that I showed you under other campaigns, those women of the Revolution. Margaret Bayard Smith corresponded with all of her writings or correspondence with her sisters. She was a DC socialite. She lived through the War of 1812. She visited with Thomas Jefferson and James and Dolly Madison, and she became an authority on Washington politics. Yeah. Is that pretty cool or what? And I'm pretty sure that they used her diaries to track Dolly Madison. Remember how Dolly Madison saved George Washington's painting? That huge picture of George Washington where he's like standing looking very presidential or military. You've seen it, right? She saved that during the War of 1812 when the White House was burning, and they think that those stories came out because it was in this woman's correspondence. Isn't that cool? Okay. Now this lady is really interesting. Anna Maria Bordeaux Thornton. She had diaries about the operation of her household. Her husband designed the U.S. Capitol and the house that George Washington's nephew married Martha Washington's granddaughter. And this guy, her husband built their house. Right? Okay, so she had diaries about the operation of her household, the management of slaves, and remember all these people were down south, right? Visits to the homes of Washington, Jefferson, and the Madisons. This lady had her movements recorded. But this lady was interesting. She recorded one of them recorded Dolly Madison's. I thought it was this woman, but it must be this one. But let me tell you about what Anna did. Anna and her husband did not have any kids, okay? So she was managing the household because the guy was working, right? Her slave, so her husband dies, she's still in the house. She has no children. One of her slaves barges into her bedroom with a machete. She manages to escape. Well, her neighbors got this giant guy in jail, and he was able to write. So he wrote a letter basically apologizing and saying that he was very sorry, he had been drunk at the time and blah, blah, blah. She felt sorry for him. So she wound up going around to all her fancy friends saying, we need to save my slave because they're going to execute him. One of the people that she asked was the future vice president to the eighth. I think Martin Van Buren's vice president, I think. He signs off on getting the slave out. What happens is she gets the slave back. She immediately sells him to a guy who's moving to Florida because she knew if she kept him here, the townspeople would go get him. So he moves to Florida. Researchers now think that slave was probably her husband's child, and that's why she felt bad for him.
Mm.
These people just like it's. I just find it just amazing.
Mm.
The vice president, that future vice president, had a slave, and never married her, but like kind of acted like she was his wife. She dies, and he takes the sister.
Mm.
And the sister, there was some issues. Anyway, this guy winds up, and I think he winds up either flogging the sister because she had like a husband, like a slave person, and he found out and like I can't remember, he either killed her or he flogged her or something. But this was the guy that becomes the vice president eventually. Like, there's just different mindset, and when you do some of their stuff, you just have to realize that we know much better than what these guys were doing, but
Well,
here we are.
there was no news, no internet, no
Well,
media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We hope we know much
Yeah.
better.
We hope. So let me show you this. This is on the back of an envelope. This is in the Library of Congress's thing. Rosa Parks pancake recipe.
Rosa Parks? The Rosa Parks?
The Rosa Parks pancake recipe. Okay, and her secret ingredient is peanut butter.
Oh, I am making that.
Is that not cool? It's on your
I
sheets.
have made peanut butter pancakes, and they are delicious.
There you go.
It was a Rosa Parks pancake. Oh, well, I love it.
Now,
Feather light pancakes.
yeah, this letter. Okay. Now, not every document is going to be a letter from George Washington or a recipe from Rosa Parks because these people mostly live normal lives. Okay. But when you do find something, it's going to be cool. And see, you can see George Washington's signature there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And here is the website. crowd.loc for libraryofcongress.gov.
Okay.
And that's what we sent.
Yeah.
Oh, high
And
five.
that, yes, and it's actually on the front, it's on the front
Yeah.
page. It's right here. Oops, it's right here.
So we need to sign in find the website page and create an account. That'd be
Yes.
the first thing
Yes.
to do.
Okay, so let's look. Hang on. Let's do this. Okay, so I am going to get out of here.
Before we forget,
Okay,
could I have your email address? So if we have questions,
That would
we
be
can,
excellent.
we have
wouldn't it?
Deb's. Mine's real, yeah, just go ahead. and
Mine
write it
is
down.
long.
Okay, mine isn't.
I'll just put my name.
okay, so I typed in crowd.loc.gov,
Okay.
right? And I'm going to hit the enter. There, okay? So that's what you're going to see. Log in or register. And you're going to type in the register part, right? When you click on register, it's got to verify that you're a human. Okay, and then they want your username and then the password, and then all you have to do is hit register and then you're there, right? So you put your email address, a password, and if you want the newsletter, and then you just hit register.
Okay.
And that's all there is to getting in. Okay. There we go. Okay. And so let's look under campaigns. I'm gonna go to campaigns, right? And here's Dolly Parton. Good God. Clara Barton. And I scroll all the way down to show more campaigns. And then there's your culinary delights.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll show you one of the things that I love history. Absolutely.
Oh, can you back up a minute?
Go ahead. Yes.
One more. There. Oh, look how pie is spelled.
P-Y-E. There you go. That's how you would spell it.
Yeah.
P-Y-E.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I gotta show you this thing that I just find really fascinating. All right. So let's go to not started, right? And I'm looking for some, not started. I'm looking for, the thing that I'm looking for was, I found it this morning. Oh, this, look at this. So what I did, I clicked on the second one, okay, American Cook. You see how they spelled cook with an E at the end, right? The second one, this thing, the form of curry. It's from
And
13.
form has an E and curry only has one R.
Right, a roll of ancient English cookery compiled about 1390
Whoa.
by the master cooks of King Richard II, presented afterwards to Queen Elizabeth. I don't think they mean the recent one, right? By Edward Stafford, and now in the possession of this guy, illustrated with notes and a copious index glossary. And you can read a cookbook from 1390. Is that cool or
Yes.
And that's in the Library of Congress.
what? You saw me. I showed you where it was, right?
I wonder how it got there.
Because this is from the Gustavus Brander Esquire.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Okay, now that first one,
This one.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay, so the way those are lined up, we would do like the first and then hit enter and go down, skip a line and then
Yes.
start the next one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do the first column you're saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
And you hit a line break after each line in the table?
No. I mean, no. You would just keep typing.
Keep typing.
Yeah.
And you only hit the line break when you're moving to the
The
next
next
column.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, can you go back one?
Yes.
Another one? Okay, up under that first one.
Here?
No,
wait.
just
Right
yeah.
here?
Okay,
Yeah.
so that section right there, where there are the three lines.
So you would type a collection of the most general, yet something
Least,
Okay,
least
whatever
Down
that
below
is.
the
So
house-
cookery and good housewifery, and then the next line with directions. I don't know what that is. And then you would type this, skip a line,
and
then
go back.
type this,
Okay.
skip a line, and then type this.
Okay,
And then skip a line and then start there.
okay.
Now, I
This
just
is
want
gonna
to,
be fascinating.
It will be.
here, so I want to show you this 1390 stuff. This 1390 stuff,
Well, I bet that's gonna
Yeah.
be hard.
right?
13, shoot, I thought all I had to do is go back to the 1700s.
I know. But here's the thing with this.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, you would just have to type it the way it is because you can't even figure out what
Keep
that
it
is.
well. And
Yeah, you would just type it the way it is because somebody, what is that, Middle
English.
English, right? some researcher is gonna look for this one day.
Okay, now, what would we type in that first line?
With 39,
Yeah.
and then FEEP, it well
Keep
and
it
lay,
well.
yeah, see, cause we don't know what that is.
PIFE.
Yeah, colors, the way it is. I space a cloth, something on,
Should we do first for the second last word, or FIRF? No, it probably is FIRST.
yeah, probably, OON, yeah,
And fifth,
yes,
I think I'll do the,
yeah, the
RT.
1700 stuff,
yeah, the 1700s.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that.
yeah, that's only going back how many years? 200, 300?
yeah, well, 250.
250, right,
Yeah,
that's what I
right,
got.
yeah.
So are you guys okay? Do you guys have questions? What do you think?
Not right now.
Okay,
Sitting-
Do we have
Well,
questions?
you've
sitting
got,
in front of my laptop. I mean, I'm gonna. And my son's an IT guy, so and he just got me this new laptop, which is like his that he uses for work, and it's like all I wanted was a basic HP.
Yeah.
Or a Dell, you know.
yeah,
And so I have trouble maneuvering, to get open
Yeah.
documents and stuff like that. So I will have him come out and
there you
help
go,
me get
good.
this set
Yeah,
up. So.
yeah.
Well, I transitioned from a PC, a computer, to a Mac. So I'm having to learn all these different commands.
Okay, well, I started with Macs and now I'm,
Oh,
went
and you're
to-
going
yeah.
over to PC,
Well,
and I've
yeah.
got my cheat sheet for commands.
I think you'll
here.
be fine. I think you guys are gonna be fine.
I think so too.
Yeah.
It's a good thing there's no time limit.
Yeah.
No
We're not
ti- no,
on the
no.
clock.
I
No.
can see staying up half the night.
No, so here,
essentially.
if you get stuck here, you can reach me here.
Yeah.
And that's huntingtonlibrary.org.
Okay, so it doesn't end with the D, huh?
No.
So DTK.
Yes, my first name is Deb and my last name is TKACH.
Tkach?
It's just the T is silent. It's from Czechoslovakia.
Oh, my mom is from Czechoslovakia.
Really?
Slovakia.
Both my husband and I are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did your mom make all that stuff at Christmas Eve?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah, we
Yeah.
still do it at my house actually.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
Was your husband a teacher?
yeah, John.
Okay.
He taught at the
Coach
VOTEC.
too?
Yep, yep.
Okay. One of my kids, I think, had him for, what did he coach? Did he coach
The
football?
offensive line. Yeah,
Okay, all right, yeah.
yeah.
The
Football.
1997, 98?
Yes, he's did it for like 24 years.
Okay, all right.
and you are at Huntington
Library.org.
Library? Okay.
.org.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys want to get together sometime, let me know. We could set up a time and
Okay.
we can look at stuff if you want.
So I want to know where you live and what time dinner is.